behind the camera, I could swear that they were playing with themselves because they would just take any moment to just have any fine female in the movie bend over and show her ass.
Oh, I'm not going to say it's not masturbatory. It is.
No, it is.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
And sometimes it was good, man. This girl in the movie, Amber Valletta, I mean, she didn't really get a lot to do here, except
nobody had a lot to do.
No, except her role in the movie was to dress up in some fluorescent clothes and bend over, and that was it. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
But at that time, I would be like trying to take the high road, be like, this is really sexist. But when she bent over, I was like, damn, man, okay, I like this.
She looked fucking good doing it.
Two cantaloupes. It was beautiful.
And you have some other appearances in this movie that I actually kind of like John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Usually when he comes in and does a little small role, I think he overdoes it, but I liked him in the small role he had here.
Well, he was appropriate for the type of movie this was, and he's playing that same type of role he usually does, that fast-talking, ratty type of guy.
Yeah.
And then Kira Sedgwick, what a strange, you're like, what the fuck is she doing here?
Exactly. That's why she's there. Like that's what she said. What the fuck I got to do? Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
And then that weird...
that's because Bernie Madoff took out a bunch of her money.
Oh, but did you notice the cameo from Lloyd Kaufman from the Trauma
films?
Trauma films. Yeah, it was such a strange little cameo. He's the guy who kept on running into the fence, like he was trying to walk through the fence.
Oh, that was
but
Lloyd
he kept on just bouncing back. And
The thing is, these guys are really building up a cult following, and a lot of people in Hollywood are paying attention to what they're doing right now, because whether or not you two like it, co-host and Leon, I'm telling you, there's a huge following for this stuff, and it's building. They're getting a cult following, and the celebrities are paying attention to what they're doing as well, because audiences are responding to it.
I'm going to stop you right now, jerk off, because I tell you what, Crank 1 and Crank 2 are badass. This film, I don't know what they were trying to do, but with that whole plot with him trying to get his family back, it just did not work in this type of film. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, go all the way with Crank, but don't try to give me some half-ass story and try to sympathize with these characters while the camera's zooming in and out of your crotch. I mean, I'm just not going to take you that seriously, or your problems that seriously at all. And the other thing is, next time when these guys direct a movie, it should just say directed by Red Bull, because that's exactly what it felt like. And as much as I wanted really to enjoy the fuck out of this movie, I honestly felt like I was the fucking robot who missed out on the last hit of X, and I just couldn't have any fun. Everyone else around me is having a fucking blast except me, and I'm just like, God damn it, I want to go home.
That's only because you don't have a penis.
Hey, I wasn't
Sorry
having
about
fun
that,
either.
by
It
the
made
way.
you feeling better, co-host.
Oh, okay, cool. But hey, let me say this. There are some really sweet moments, a few moments where the action's like kicking ass, and there's some great moments with the where just cars are flying in the air, you're seeing bullets flying by and characters exploding, but unfortunately they're kind of sprinkled in within all this other crap. But there's some really cool moments in there where I was like, oh fuck, I would love to see these scenes and a really kick-ass fucking movie with Gerald Butler, because I still think that guy is awesome. I mean, I'm waiting for his next big huge action movie, because the guy can act. I'm sorry.
Can he?
I think so. Yeah,
I have yet to see something where I'm impressed with his acting.
I actually enjoyed him.
I think one of my favorite things about this movie that kind of gave me something fun but didn't really go all the way with it was Terry Crews, man.
Oh, he was so much fun in this.
I swear they doped that dude up and let him out of a cage, because he was crazy in this film. I mean, I was actually scared of him. He talking about, he said, I'm the guy that can't be controlled. I expected that Negro to walk out the screen and at the movie and grab me and rip me in half.
That's hilarious you say that, Corey, because the whole fucking time I was sitting right next to you, every time that motherfucker popped up on screen, you were laughing your fucking ass off like it was goddamn Pee Wee Herman up on the screen.
No, it was.
No, it's funny, 'cause every time they
You're
show
a cackling bastard.
every time they show Terry Crews in this, he's like shaking and grimacing a lot of like anger. And it was obviously, they were like, look, we know that nobody would actually be like this, but exaggerate it to like the umpteenth level. Just go as crazy dude on PCP as you can.
No, he was cranked up. No, he's the kind of dude that even the Hulk would look at him and be like, fuck it, man, I can't do this.
And
I thought somebody fucking just put a vibrator up his ass and just like turn that shit up to 10.
Yeah, it's good.
I hope Terry Crews doesn't listen to this.
I mean, that dude's eyes had muscles in this movie.
He's like a
was
Ren and Stimpy
crazy.
character.
Yeah, it was. It was a total
But-
Ren and Stimpy character.
Now I'm kind of scared of you. You thinking about putting a vibrator up Terry Cruz's ass? I don't.
I never said that. I said he sat on one. Don't put words in my mouth, jackass.
When I see him, I'm gonna tell him what you said.
Let's see. There's two things I want to do in this world. I want to run from the bulls in Spain. I want to stick a dildo up Terry Cruz's ass and then run.
I'm going to use you like a human shield when he comes after me. Like half the people in this movie were used it.
But no, man.
And we forgot about Keith David. He had an appearance in this as well.
Oh,
For like
oh, yeah.
2
Yeah.
minutes.
Oh, yeah, for a
Boy's
brief
getting
moment.
Fat.
Yeah.
He's old. man.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
man. That
I know, I'm
dude's
just
like
saying. It's
80
just
years old now. You
Hey,
know,
come
I
on.
love Keith
He's old and black. Come on, leave me alone.
No, he's good for his age.
Hey, man,
Look,
he's still got the voice. That's all that
I know. I keep going. Is that Spawn?
He's like, look, I'm in gamer. What, you want me to go to training camp? Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Put this suit on and walk around my fat ass, and that's gonna be it.
I was waiting for him to bust out with them sunglasses and tell that kid, put these on.
Someone that left me, I felt like they needed a little bit of acting school. There was Ludacris. You know, I mean, Ludacris. I mean, they actually had a scene where he was talking cyber jive.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that dude just needs school. I don't think he needs acting school.
That I don't know who wrote this, but I haven't heard that word hunky in years. There's actually a
Wow,
mo-
he said that. I
Yeah,
mean, that
oh,
goes
you
way
didn't
back-
hear
you must
that?
have been
Yeah.
asleep.
that goes back to Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a moment where he's on a big screen picking his head, talking about you dig honky.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. What
And he couldn't even say that right. I don't know.
yeah, the Black Panther movement of 2.0 going on right here.
You like the software?
Software?
The walkie-talkie, player.
You're the guy from the TV, the humans.
That's right, baby. You think about what the brother said?
To what brother do you refer?
Cable wants the freedom that kick. Do it his way. You gonna give it to him?
You were listening?
We see and hear everything that goes on inside the so-called game.
There's one battle left. I think I can handle my own business.
You're not hearing me. This is not something you can control. They gonna kill his Simon.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I just play games, man.
That's right. It is a game. You wanna win it, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you need to cut your strings, puppet master. No ping. You feel me?
I do. I do feel you, my giant brother.
Well, then let's rock, baby.
But
Yeah,
no,
I don't know what was up with that. That was just bad casting. I mean, I don't know what else he's been in, but
I've seen-
I've seen him in a bunch of movies. He walks his way through these goddamn movies.
Well, when I saw him in what was the name of that movie where Sandra Bullock hated Mexicans?
Crash.
Crash, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought Ludacris was actually good in Crash.
Hey, you know what? He hosted Saturday Night Live one week, and he was very funny.
yeah, so was Garth Brooks, but I don't want to see him like nominated for an Oscar.
Well, this is one of those movies where, hey, man, it's so crazy that
For real. I mean,
who's
if
going to
that's
take
your
any of this
sticking
shit?
point.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't holding against the brother. I'm just saying, you know, even with the kind of crazy shit they gave him, he's the one that stood out to me like, that's not that good.
I'll
But
tell you what, he'll never be as good as he was like he was in that Steven Seagal movie where they're stuck in prison.
That wasn't Ja Rule.
No, that was Ludacris. I wish I could remember the goddamn name of that movie. I thought I saw that movie with you, Core.
that was Ja Rule, man.
Yeah, like in Rocky 3 where Ludacris fought Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, sorry. Wait, that was Tyrese.
Oh, yeah. Okay, in Training Day where he was taking Ethan Hawke around.
That was Ice Cube. Come on, man.
So what I gave this before I predicted that I would give this a rental, and I was actually surprised to know that I gave this a low matinee, but I was entertained.
This is actually a high matinee for me. I want to see this
'Cause you were
again.
high.
Yeah, well, I felt high after watching it, and I like that. I think that's kind of a cool quality. I like these guys a lot. I like what they do. This is their weakest film so far, but I still think it's going to have a strong cult following behind it of people who like it. There's going to be just as many people who hate it, but there's going to be a lot of people who really like it as well.
Yeah.
So you guys are prepared for people to hate it.
Yeah. I
Oh
don't-
yeah, no, I have no questions.
Hey man,
People are
we're the
gonna
one
hate
that came out of
The goods.
The goods. We're the one that came out of the goods saying, "Hey man, everybody's gonna hate this movie, but we don't care. We liked it."
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because yeah, I hated it. I mean, I went in predicting some old bullshit, but thought, hey, maybe not. But honestly, the biggest problem for me was, besides the fact that there was really no story, was just I just wasn't impressed by the things you guys were. I mean, I agree more with co-hosts. Like, there were some cool things in here that would have been great in another movie that had enough to stitch it together. And unlike the Crank movies, yeah, the Crank movies are frenetic. They're all over the place. They're crazy. But they had, if not, a unique story, at least jokes. So just things that were funny to keep it going. This wasn't funny. It was just kind of boring. And even like the stuff it did that was cool, it's like, well, it was cooler in Crank. So yeah, to me, it was a waste of my time. I give it some old bullshit.
Well, I am really amazed to hear you say that. The way you was slumped over in your chair with drool coming
Yeah, it
from
looked
your
like you
mouth
was
with
enjoying
your
it.
eyes closed, I could have
I know
sworn you were loving this.
It was so good, I couldn't stay awake in it.
It was a roller coaster ride for you. I could have sworn.
I can't blame Leon because when I looked at him and I saw that drool, he looked like the dude from Clockwork Orange going, "Yes, I'm much better now. You can turn it off. You can turn it off." No, you know what? Okay. I'm not going to give it some old bullshit. I mean, as much as I agree with you, Leon, there are some moments that I thought were pretty cool. And it's one of those movies that if a buddy of mine rented it, and if I would have seen it, I would have felt fine. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, but it's not as cool as Crank 1 or 2. But there were some moments that I did enjoy. A lot of the action scenes, some of them were pretty cool. But yeah, this movie has nothing to say. From the get-go, it tells you it really has nothing to say. But I had a decent enough time where I didn't hate it. I didn't loathe it. So I'm going to give it a rental. And I have to admit, if Gerald Butler wasn't in this movie, I wouldn't give two shits about it, to be honest. I thought he was kind of the glue that was holding it together for me, a lot of the time. But, yeah, I'm going to give it a rental. Sorry.
Yeah, who you apologizing to?
You guys are looking at me like I'm breaking your hearts or something.
I didn't make the movie. I don't give a shit.
I hope not.
I'm not gonna give a check if you hated it like this.
It ain't just a game. We're all slaves.